Okay, here we go. Welcome to my channel. My name is Dee. Um, why am I starting this channel? Because I like books and I want to talk about books. And all of the people I used to talk about books with are dead now. I'm old. My friends are old. We're dying off. That was morbid. Anyway, I wanted to do this mid-year book tag thing. I haven't been tagged by anyone because I don't know anyone on YouTube. Um, but I got the list of questions and I thought I would answer them. So far this year, I've read 48 books. So from January 1st till today, whatever today is, it's almost the end of June. I'm going to try not to repeat books and authors. Because I think I have enough of a pool to go through them. But anyway, let's get this started. Question number one: the best book you've read so far this year. So this is going to be a toss up between the newest Dresden Files book or Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I think Dresden edges out Carl just a bit. So the latest book, 12 Months, it takes place after this massive battle in Chicago, and it's dealing with Dresden, the aftermath, what happened in the city, what's happening with Harry Dresden's trauma and him dealing with that trauma, and I thought it was just so well done. And also, you get to learn more about Lara Wraith too, which is really cool to see them together. And I'm interested to see where that's going. So yeah, 12 Months by Jim Butcher, the 18th Dresden Files book. Number two, uh, best sequel you've read so far this year. And so in this case, I already chose 12 Months for Dresden Files. So uh, the next best sequel would be Parade of Horribles by Matt Dinneman, book number 8 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. And that one was also a lot like the Dresden File books, where it slowed down. The faction wars just ended in the last book, and everything, the pace has been brought down a bit. But you learn a lot. You get a lot more backstory. So you learn a lot more about the system AI. You see, yeah, I mean, the book made me cry. The book made me cry. You see you see what happens in the aftermath, where everyone's trying to deal with it. The amount of crawlers has shrunk significantly. Everyone has taken deals except for a small group of crawlers, the core group, essentially. And everything in the Pineapple Cabaret short stories at the end of the hardcovers, they start to coalesce and work its way into the main story. So by the next book, you're gonna see both of them just like. Anyway, that was the best sequel I've read this year. Number three, new release you haven't read but want to. Um, that's gonna be Tradwife by Saratoga Schaefer. Um, it's about an influencer who I think she's kind of faking this whole Tradwife life. May or may not be. I'm not sure just from the blurb. But eventually, she makes a deal with a demon and she has a demon child. So it's kind of like Rosemary's Baby inspired, maybe. I'm not sure, but I do want to read that because I've heard good things about it. Number four, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. That is going to be Baldur's Gate 3 Asterion by T. Kingfisher. I love the character in the game. I love the game. I love the voice actor, and I just started reading T. Kingfisher books. I like her writing, so I am very interested to see where this book is going. Number 5, biggest disappointment. Ooh, I think In a Dark Mirror by Kat Davis. And I had this feeling going into it because the blurb or the description on the back of the book said, you know, basically it's the Slender Man stories and the Slender Man killings. And I thought there was going to be something slightly different, reading the book, it's essentially a dramatization of the Slender Man murders, the true story. Um, and so there wasn't a whole lot of new in the book. So it was just meh. Number 6, biggest surprise. That is going to be A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. Uh, that book was just so fun. It's about it takes place in fantasy world where it's full of magic, and magic users or mages have only certain powers over certain things. So the main character in this book, her power is bread. So she can control bread and yeast and things like that, and she can bring bread products to life. Um, and it was just a really fun book. The protagonist, it was written like a YA novel. It is. It was like a middle grade, like a Harry Potter level of reading book. But it was just super fun. I really enjoyed it. Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. Um, Favorite new author, debut author, or new to me author? Um, that's probably going to be Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. Just came back after a long hiatus with King Sorrow. And I wanted to read King Sorrow, but I thought I should get a feel for Joe Hill and read another book. So I read Heart Shaped Box, which I believe was his first book. His writing is similar to his dad's, except he kind of gets to the meat of everything a little quicker than his dad does. Like his dad's books are a slow burn until more than halfway through, and then you start getting into some interesting things. But Joe Hill is just like he throws stuff at you from the beginning, and I actually really do like that. Really cool. I like his writing. Um, Number 8, newest fictional crush. I I don't know. I don't think I have any. Honestly, I really have no clue. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on this one. Number 9, newest favorite character. Okay. This is technically not a new character from this year since I actually read the books last year. But I did read one book this year, and I know I said I wasn't going to repeat authors, but I'm going to have to go with Samantha from Dungeon Crawler Carl. Samantha is a decapitated sex doll head with the spirit of a demigod in her. And she is just outlandish and hilarious. I'm going to have to give it to Samantha. Number 10, a book that made you cry. Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson, book 3 in the Mistborn series. I read Mistborn for the first time this year, and yeah, the end of that book, the end of the series, it did make me cry. I'm not really gonna get into if you've read the book, you know. If you didn't, me trying to explain why will probably spoil the book. 11. A book that made you happy. I am going to have to give it to Theo of Golden by Alan Levi. So the ending of that book also made me sad, but then it made me happy again, and just it was a heartwarming book. Like the entire book was about the journey, and this one man, this old Portuguese man, ends up in a little small town, and he sees he walks in the cafe, and there are portraits all on the wall, and by a local artist, and he's intrigued by them, and so he starts buying all of the portraits and gifting them to the subjects, because they're all people in the town. And as he's doing that, he's, talking to them, and you get to hear their stories, and he makes friends with them. And it's a very, very heartwarming story. Now, a lot of people did not like the religious connotations in the book. And I don't think so much it was about preaching religion, but it was talking more about people's faith and I think that's different, because for me, organized religion is different from faith and words spirituality. And so it talked a lot about faith, not so much about religion. And it was a feel good book. 12. Most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. Okay. Most beautiful book. So I don't normally buy books. One, I don't have space in my tiny apartment, and two, uh, my eyes are bad and I can't read books. But I did pick up this anniversary edition of The Princess Bride. I believe this is the 30th anniversary, but it's got sprayed edges there. So you have the ship and the cliffs of insanity. You have Wesley and Buttercup as you wish there with the castle here. And then you have the ROUS here. And it's just a good looking book. And I can't read this. I read this book every every few years. I reread it. Um but I can't read the physical book. So this is only a trophy copy. I read it on my Kindle because I can change the font size. And then last question, uh what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I mean, do I need to read? I don't know. My TBR is not very long. I typically don't have more than you know, 5 books or so in my TBR at a time. Um, but I would like to read Snow Crash. I haven't read it. My ex-husband has read it several times, and all of my friends have read it at least once. And I should read it. Snow Crash by Neil Stevenson. That's probably one that I will get to um before the end of the year. Also Nosferatu by Joe Hill. I do want to read that, and I probably will read that before the end of the year. That's all the questions I have for this book tag. I don't know anyone to tag them, but I did get this list of questions from Elliot Brooks, and I will leave a link to her channel below. I know everybody knows her already on BookTube, but my friends don't, and they don't talk to me about books anymore because, well, they're dead, and the ones I have left don't read anymore because we're all getting older and Nobody has time for reading, but me, I guess, because I have no life. So that's all. That's all I gotta say. I may make more videos later. We'll see. Okay, bye.